Shalom, this is Kabash Ben Yasharala, and before I hop to today's lesson, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High in the name of His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the true pillar Hebrew tongue, Ka, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Quadash, Ma'amaf. I want to give double honor to the apostles, the elders, GMS, who rule well and teach well. I want to give double honor to my elder as well, I hear one Ben Yasharala, the Lions Den camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I want to say shalom to the acting around the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth and sincerity. With that being said, let's go into the topic of not being entangled in the affairs of this life. And I'm titling it Spiritual Detangler, because Jake and his nappy hair. You know how your hair get tangled up and it hurts to pick it out and all this stuff, you know. The same way we get caught up and entangled in our lives. But through that, we're to stay focused on the Lord. So no matter what life throws your way, you're to stay spiritually minded, not moving the haze and patiently waiting on the Lord's deliverance. So the Lord gave us instruction. The Lord gave us everything we need to overcome the affairs of this life. So with that being said, we shouldn't be worried about these things. Because if you're looking at things through a carnal lens, your physical eyes, there's no escape, there's no way out. But if we look at things through the spiritual lens, the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we have an escape, we always will. There's always a way for us to overcome through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So again, we're to stay focused on the Lord. We're to be spiritually disciplined. And again, just keeping in mind the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding bestowed upon us by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because that's how He navigates us through hard times. Knowing that He won't forsake us, knowing that He's with us. You know, things written before time were written for our learning. We have all these examples of how the Lord delivered the prophets of old through tribulation. Or whatever it is they had going on. And we seek the same deliverance, both in our day-to-day lives and ultimately by obtaining salvation. But we have to stay focused on the Lord, be spiritually disciplined, and overall just trust in His guidance, His leadership, His wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the things He gave us. So, getting started, this 2 Timothy 2 and 4, and I feel like I've been milking this one the last couple of lessons I've been doing. But here we go again, 2 Timothy 2 and 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please Him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. So we can't get caught up. We can't get overwhelmed. We can't get entangled. We have a spiritual detangler in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We're cleansed through His word. You know, it's like soap, shampoo. As long as we using the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai right, we won't fall. We won't be entangled. Our hair will be maintained. Since we're going in the spiritual detangler, our hair will be maintained. It'll be kept. And that's how the Lord keeps us, through His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But if we allow ourselves to get caught up and overwhelmed, that's when the hair starts looking unkept. It starts looking nappy and tangled up in this, that, and the third. So the things we go through in life, they afflict the flesh, but they strengthen the spirit. Because that's all they can do. The things of this world, whether it be bills, relationship status, whatever it is that can separate your mind from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that only afflicts the flesh. This stuff makes the spirit stronger. It builds up our faith in the Lord by using His wisdom, trusting in His guidance. And like I said, it only afflicts the flesh, right? So think about a child. When you afflicting a child, you can either think about that child, can either think about the belt, or can think about the lesson being taught. If that child is only thinking about the belt, he gonna go out and do the same thing as soon as that belt up off of him. He ain't learned his lesson. But if he take heed to why that belt's being put on him, he'll move differently so that belt won't be put on him in the future. So with us, we may go through things in life, but if we show the Lord that there's light work, He won't try us like that again, because that's what He's doing. He's trying our faith. And that's what it all comes down to, the Lord seeing who's worthy of Him. And by overcoming, And by not getting caught up in carnal affairs, overcoming these things, we're showing ourselves worthy of him. So we're to keep our connection with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai strong. Our calling and purpose is more important than anything else. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Don't get caught up in these things, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And again, there's more important things in life than making sure your bills paid, making sure you catch every episode of this, that, and the third, whatever. But just going into a trial, tribulation, affliction is more important things in life than whatever it is we're going through. We have spiritual things to focus on. But if we're getting caught up in the carnality, we won't be able to focus on the spirituality. You can't be two places at one time. You can't be spiritually focused and carnally focused. If you're focused on paying your bills, this, that, and the third, you're not doing the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You're distracted from it, being pulled away from it. We're to fear the Lord, not the things of this world. Because we're here to please Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We're not here to please these, your landlord. Or, we're not here, what I'm saying? Because that's 2/3 of our people. They're in darkness. These are the things they worry about. But we have to worry about being seen worthy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's our calling. That's our purpose. And again, we can't do so if we're entangled in the affairs of this life, man. That's the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. I got enough precepts with that word temptation in it. I should have went and got the definition. But nevertheless, again, Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So again, just stay focused and spiritually minded. As long as the spiritual man is at the part with the Lord's standard, nothing can distract or pull us away from him. So we're to be watching and praying. Staying focused on the things the Lord told us to. We're watchmen into our people. We're watching for prophecy to come to pass. We're watching for Yahweh Shai's return. We're watching for ourselves, And we're to also pray in doing so, because it's the Lord who's guiding us through these things. We're to keep our spiritual connection with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai strong. Our calling and our purpose is more important than anything else. But if we allow this world to pull us into temptation, that connection has been broken. The flesh is weak. It gives in the pressure. But the spirit within gives us the power we need to endure and overcome. So we can't be carnally minded. We have to be spiritually minded. That's the only way we don't get caught up in these things. We have to watch and pray that we don't enter into temptation, man. The flesh is weak. If you're moving according to your carnal thoughts, your carnal mindset, you're striving contrary to that of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. These temptations lead us away from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You focused on your bills, how you gonna get that stuff paid. You focused on like the food stamp stuff. This the longest as of today. What's today's date? As of today, November the 5th, 2025. This is the longest government shutdown in history, in U.S. history to be exact. But people worry about their food stamps, they checks in the mail, this, that, and the third. And he's telling this is just the beginning of sorrows, man. The economy ain't crashed yet. The Prince of Magog had that thought to come to the land of unwalled villages. We not in martial law yet. The MOTB isn't being pushed on us yet. This is just the beginning. So people out here showing a lack of faith now, it's only going to get that much harder for them. Going into the 2/3 of our people, because they trusted in the strength of Pharaoh, the shadow of Egypt. They're all the way caught up in the traps and snares of this world. But us, we've been liberated through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So we're to focus on his spirit. The things that he led us to through the spirit. We're being gathered by the spirit. So we're to be spiritually minded. Why? Because the spirit is willing. The spirit is what gives us the strength we need to overcome. The flesh is weak. It's going to give in every time. You feel them hunger pains, this, that, and the third. Your lights get cut off. Your phone get cut off. You lose your job, this, that, and the third. The flesh is weak to these things because it doesn't see an alternate route. We have an alternate route through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And yeah, we go work these jobs. I'm not saying don't pay your bills, don't worry about it, this, that, and the third, and the Lord just gonna keep your lights on. Nah. We go get our daily bread. We maintain our houses and all that. But what that's a secondary objective to doing the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Second Timothy 1:7. For Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. So we're to have faith and trust in him. Have faith and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Because he puts these obstacles on our path for us to overcome. But if we focus on the obstacle and not him, we won't have the power or the mindset to overcome. So let's say you do lose your job. Let's say you are worried about paying your bills. Let's say you being hit with hardships just in general. You stay focused on the Lord. He gave us everything we need to overcome. So focus on him that much more. Lock in with him that much more. You know, because we're supposed to be eye to eye with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai as far as focus. You know, we can't focus on the stuff going on in the background. We gotta stay connected, in tune with the spirit. We can't let anything break that connection we have with him. Because if we're moving according to the spirit of fear, we're not moving according to the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord told us not to make haste in times of trouble, but cleave to him and depart not. So we'll feel that increase at the latter end. Because that's what we want. We want to be increased in faith, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And how does that faith increase? By overcoming, by enduring, by taking heed to the things the Lord led us to and taught us. And by staying focused on the Lord through these hardships, we're showing him that we trust in his guidance and his wisdom. Because that's what we're using to overcome. 2/3 of our people, they can't make ends meet, so they run down to Esau for the one of all things. But when Yahweh Shai came to the earth, we didn't have to do that anymore. But the 2/3 of our people stayed upon the lives of their forefathers. They trusted in our enemy. Our enemies, I'll say. But anyways, if we allow our minds to focus on tribulation, it shows the lack of faith in the Lord, which is ultimately what I'm trying to say. 2 Timothy 2:1 again, for Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of a sound mind. So we're focused on the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We're going to have the strength. We're going to have the mindset needed to overcome these things. And that's something you can't obtain carnally. The spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, can't put your hands on it. So you just got to trust in the Lord because he already gave it to us. We have it. My next precept going to break that down. Almost got ahead of myself. But Matthew 10:28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both the soul and body in hell. So we show our faith and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai by staying focused on him through tribulation and using the tools he gave us to overcome again. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, faith, hope. He gave us work to do. You want to get paid, put in the work. And the Lord gonna make sure you straight. It's a precept I forgot that I wanted to get before this, but I know where it's at, so we're not gonna worry about that. But we don't fear these people, these places, these things, anything of this world. Because if we show our fear for these carnal aspects and allow ourselves to get caught up and entangled in them, we're not giving that focus to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And imagine trying to explain that lack of faith to the Lord. Oh, Lord, I took my hand off the plow. I had to pay my phone bill. Lord, they were finna take my house. What you wanted me to do? Lord gonna slap you. He gonna smite you. With wrath, through his wrath and indignation. And the 2/3 of our people are going to feel that wrath and indignation. And you don't want to be numbered to the sword. You want to be exempt from the judgment. You want to be found worthy of the Lord's grace and mercy. So we can't fear these things. The things of this world, the cardinal affairs of our lives, the hardships we may go through. Because like I said, the Lord put us through these things to make us stronger. I think it's 6. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Matthew 6:31. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knows that ye have need of these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So, again, if you're looking at things according to the carnal eye, you're going to worry about where you're going to eat, what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, this, that, and the third. You're going to worry about how I'm going to make ends meet, how I'm going to overcome this. We don't have to worry about these things. We're soldiers in Yahweh Shai Shai's army. He knows what we need. He already gave it to us. We just got to trust in the arsenal given to us by Yahweh Shai. We got to put that armor on that he gave us to fight correctly. That's why I said at the beginning of the lesson, man, we got to make sure we're at the par with the Lord's standard. Because even in the actual military, they do uniform inspections and all types of things to make sure there are standards that are being met. And we, being spiritual soldiers, we're to meet the Lord's standard. The Lord put us through boot camp, trained us, built us up, gave us a covering, a uniform to put on. And we got to rock out. Trust in that training. Trust in the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and have faith. Keep striving for the kingdom. Seeking after righteousness. And the Lord to make sure we straight in all things. That's all, that's it. That's your spiritual detangler right there. The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai. His righteousness. Our faith in him. His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The things he led us to before the hardships even came. So Yahweh Rock the Zod, this lesson was edifying. And until the next time, I'm going to say Shalom.